Hello, welcome to this first class of the complete program, I Control My Finances, the course that teaches you how to manage your money. Did the commencement take place? Please press the play button. That is correct. Did the initiation occur? Initiate playback. We are currently broadcasting live from this location with the inaugural group of students enrolled in the new complete program, I Control My Finances. Congratulations, you made it this far. You demonstrated that you are extremely committed to your financial life and that you desire to have your finances under control. You aspire to get out of debt. You long for some additional funds. You yearn to begin investing to fulfill God's dreams in your life. I am extremely delighted to see you in this place very much. I am also genuinely happy to be here with you today in this highly favored and blessed class. I am very pleased with the number of individuals who have made the choice to transform their financial situations. The gang is packed. They're determined people who accepted this invitation to have this transformation in their lives. Right here for me, who wants this transformation in their life? I want that transformation in my life. I really want to change my story, my financial life. And let me tell you, by accepting this invitation, by taking this action, you enable me to be capable of assisting you, of aiding individuals similar to you. This really fulfills me. Me and the whole team at Cristal Rico have been working our butts off all week to give you a warm welcome, to receive you well, and to get everything ready for your registrations. That excites me, and that is the reason why I decided to do this bonus inaugural class. Yeah, this inaugural class here is a bonus. That's why some say it, but she's not on the calendar. Yes, she's not on the calendar because she's a bonus, an extra. She is something to locate you, for you. It is an extra class that I wanted to do for you here. Why? Because I know that many of you are eager to clear up doubts, to put everything into practice. And I want to start by saying some important things here with the following objective: to reduce your anxiety. This is going to help you a lot in this process. And what are we going to talk about in today's class? First, I'm going to give you a real quick overview of how the program works and what's in store for you. We will delve into more detail during our inaugural mentoring session, which is scheduled for next week. So this is not our mentoring session yet, no. You'll see that the format of the mentoring session is different. We enter a different classroom environment in order to have interaction. Second important message that I'm going to talk about here today. I want to focus today on clearing up your initial doubts here about access, about the initial classes. I know there are many people already watching, some haven't started yet, and that's fine. First question I'll address is about the member area. Doc, what is the members area? Is this our online classroom, yeah? The Complete Controller Minhas Finances program has an online classroom where the recorded classes are stored, where the exercises are stored. That's where you'll access the recorded classes. Even after a class is completed, they continue to go there and spend time in that location. The mentoring sessions go there too. Everything to welcome you, to make your access easier, for you to see that this technology obstacle you can overcome. Yes, it's possible. The hardest part you've already done, which was taking this step until here. Our virtual classroom will have a password that you will utilize to gain access to it. But I didn't forget my password. You can click on forgot my password there, but don't click too much because it will keep changing the password. So the crucial thing is for you to gain access, save your password, and then begin watching the classes that will be made available on a weekly basis. It's important. I have no technical doubt. I haven't received my dinner. I don't know where to enter. It is possible that you may have entered your email incorrectly at the time of enrollment. And if that's the case, the system won't be able to locate your access. So you contact customer support. So what is the method to get in touch with support? cristaorico.com/support. You go straight to the support team's WhatsApp only for mentees, students. There you will always be answered as quickly as possible. In the beginning, there are a lot of people coming in at the same time. You got to have a little patience because there are more people looking for support than usual. But hold your horses. Everything is going well. The team, we're serving everyone. Let me tell you something very important here today. In this introductory class here, I'm also going to explain to you how the mentoring sessions are going to work, which start next week. I know you're anxious, excited, too happy to be here. So the first thing you're going to do is take a deep breath. Inhale, take a deep breath and utter the words, I am present in this moment. I'm here today, determined to learn. And it's important for you to have that desire to grow, a desire to really change. Do you want to change your financial life? Yes. And the other important thing I want to inform you today is that you will observe in the mentoring session something of great significance, namely that during the mentoring sessions, I will provide you with extra information derived from the recorded classes. Why? Because I don't want to stop you. I want you to keep evolving. So we have the class modules and mentoring sessions. They're meant to help you get unstuck. I always bring a little an extra piece of information to the mentoring session. So it's good for you to do your best to be live, but if you're not live, it's okay. You can watch the recording later. In every mentoring session, I always begin with new content, reinforcing the material and your study from that week's lessons. And this particular session, I always employ to unlock you, to eradicate all the obstacles that come up during the duration of the course that have the potential to hinder or obstruct your transformation. Because I know where you get stuck. It's like you're driving a car. The fuel, you fill up this car, then you keep using this fuel, but after a while, this fuel starts running out. So you need to stop at a gas station, fill up again, and keep going on this fuel source that powers your journey. The mentoring sessions in a really simple way for you, because I like to simplify, the important thing is to simplify, are the stops for you to refuel. Refuel in order to maintain your strength, staying focused on your goal and the destination you are striving to reach. And there is one very important thing that I discovered from my experience with the last groups we had here in the complete program. There were thousands of transformed mentoring students. Yes, indeed, in the initial mentoring session, in the subsequent session, you will already be aware of the primary secret behind these transformations. I'm going to leave you with this suspense because this inaugural class here, I have a lot of information to give you. But the main secret to transformation, I will give it to you in the mentoring session next week. You will understand why the entire program transforms the lives of so many individuals. And naturally, you will observe that with you, it will not be any different, I am certain. But let me tell you something interesting here that I learned from the last classes, that the students who undergo the most transformation aren't necessarily the ones who ask me directly no. You know why? Those are the ones that really, my question is this, I want to know how I pay this debt. Let me teach you something. Grab a pen and paper, you who are taking notes, inaugural class, important observation. The students, the mentees who go through the most remarkable transformation are those who have the knowledge and skills to actively listen to what is happening around them and genuinely care about putting into practice the lessons they are learning. God is so good and wonderful that He gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we should listen more than talk more. But doctor, I want to clear my doubt. All right, you got it. But before, understand that it's important to listen, because what transforms you is what you don't even know you don't know. So when you are listening, you are learning things that you did not even know you did not know. And most importantly, having willpower and determination to put into practice. Implementing it makes a big diff. That's the focus of the course, which emphasizes practice and addresses individual cases. And that has an explanation. You've already learned during the intensivo that what will transform you are the things you don't even know you don't know. I demonstrated to you in the intensivo numerous novel concepts that were expanding your perspective. Therefore, once you realize what you are accomplishing, you begin to delve into your finances and reveal things that you were not even aware you were unaware of. Does it make sense to you? Interact with me. Don't leave me alone. What's up? Makes sense. I'll listen. I want to learn. Engage with me. So I desire you to have that desire to learn. I desire you to have that desire. What transforms you are the things you are not even aware that you don't know. Be willing to acquire knowledge. I desire individuals with an open heart who are eager to learn, to absorb and assimilate valuable content and information. Yes, you have to be a sponge, wanting to absorb all this financial content in the light of the Bible. And that is exactly what you came to look for, and that is what you are after, and that is what you are going to find. You are going to uncover things you were not even aware you did not have knowledge of. Wow, this situation at the bank is comparable to, you will find out. So since you're smart, you're created in the image and likeness of your Father, you'll grasp that, which you didn't even have this doubt, and apply it to your life. You're going to say, I got this tip, I'm going to do it. I got this tip, I'm going to apply it. Hey, do you agree that you can only inquire about something that you are aware you lack knowledge of? You can inquire about any uncertainties you have, then inquire further. However, if there is something in your life that you cannot even fathom exists in your financial situation, how will you be able to inquire about it? First, you got to listen. So that's why I give this very important warning. The students who undergo the most transformation are not the ones who ask direct questions, but rather those who are more open to learning, more open to absorbing all the content. And that's really important. It's in the Word. Psalm 32, 8-11 says this: I will give you instructions and teach you the path you should take. I will provide guidance to you through my watchful eyes. Don't be like a horse or a mule that has no understanding, whose mouth must be controlled with bit and bridle to come near you. The wicked have many sorrows, but those who trust in the Lord will be surrounded by mercy. Find joy in the Lord and be glad, you righteous individuals, and sing joyfully, all of you who have upright hearts and are filled with righteousness. So be straightforward from the heart and willing to learn. Who is up for learning? I want your input here. Talk to me, write to me here for me. I want to see you joining me in this class. According to Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the initial step towards acquiring knowledge and understanding. Look, the important thing is for us to seek knowledge. The crazies despise wisdom and instruction. However, I am aware that you are not going to do it anymore. You are not going to do it anymore. You do not disregard wisdom and instruction. So that's why you're here. So take this verse here, Proverbs 1:7. You place a high value on wisdom and instruction. Personally, I think they're cool. I like them. I really did. Proverbs 1:7, you're like, wow, now I'm applying Proverbs 1:7 because I'm not crazy. I don't ignore wisdom and instruction. I value them and take them seriously. Very good, very good. Let's keep going. Let me tell you something very important here for your learning as well. In this first class, we have a channel dedicated to you for asking all of your questions and receiving individual support and assistance. I am about to discuss him. However, at this point, I can already inform you that my objective in mentoring sessions is not just to provide answers, as you will have the appropriate means for that. The primary objective of our mentoring sessions, which are scheduled on the calendar, is to help you overcome the obstacles presented by the modules in this course and eliminate any roadblocks that may hinder your progress. The coolest thing is that when I unlock someone, when I answer questions, I end up unlocking hundreds of people with similar cases who didn't even know they didn't even know that this was holding them back. So let me inform you of the following. In my guidance, you need to already possess some important instructions. To participate in the mentoring sessions, we're going to use an app called Zoom, Z-O-E-M, Z-O-O-M. If you are planning to watch on your phone, you have the option to download Zoom in advance, all right? And in the event that it is for, you can also make use of the computer by simply clicking on the link that we will send you on the day. Yes, the link to our mentoring session room and all the instructions for this session will be sent on the day of the session, so there is no need to worry or be concerned about it. The information will always reach you, or through WhatsApp, or if you're already part of the Facebook community, the link will be there. We always put some information, a reminder for you that today is mentoring session day. Agreement? Awesome, awesome. I do not desire any anxiety in this vicinity, all right? Simply remain attentive to the notification channels and you will navigate the course flawlessly without encountering any problems. And the third thing I want to talk to you about here is the following, another very important learning for your transformation. Let me tell you something. Can I tell you? Can I? All right, deal. Look at that. Until today, there have been several groups of the complete program I Control My Finances. In the last classes, it was the one where we had the most transformations. Can you believe it? But that didn't happen at the beginning. No, in the beginning, it wasn't like this. Let me explain to you why. You know why? In the first 3 classes we used to have separate mentoring sessions with each participant. Me and the team, each one would do a session, would earn an individual session, and that's it. But how did it work? I had the course recorded, the person would have an individual session and then continue. We had some interesting results, but I realized that they weren't transformations that really made the person achieve the result right away, because the person needs time for that. Hey, upon reflection, considering it thoroughly, we consistently enhance within the program. We realized that many of the students' problems were similar. Yes, in the financial life, it's like that, because what I said during the workshop is totally true. Within the intensive side, we tend to think that our problem is the only one. It's my problem. My debt is the only one. My financial problem is the only one. It's my husband. It's my son. It's my lack of control. It's me not being able to save money. It's me not being able to get out of the red. However, allow me to inform you that in reality, our issues are not exclusive. The indications might vary, but the underlying condition is typically identical. And that becomes very apparent and obvious throughout the program. And that is the reason why you will notice individuals with similar cases. So it ended up that I would give an individual session, someone from the team for the student, then he would have a session, and in this single session, it ended up not resolving everything. Because in other sessions, I had to repeat everything again. But there was a huge disadvantage to this, because I realized that what was changing was when the mentoring sessions were continuous, there was continuity in them. So there was a huge disadvantage in individual sessions because the person didn't learn from other people's cases. And then I found out that I'm going to tell you now that it was almost impossible for the students to apply the step-by-step and not have transformation when they started learning also from the case of others, because they were discovering new things, doubts that didn't even exist. Let me tell you more. You know what happened? From the 4th group of the complete program a while ago, we realized that there was a more productive, more transformative way to do this. And then we started doing group mentorship sessions, and some really interesting things started happening. In group sessions, while tending to one student's case, others would testify they had figured it out. Their case was similar to mine, and they were unlocking themselves. They had already found the solution to their problem. And they were things they didn't even realize they didn't know, things they were previously unaware of. So that is of utmost importance, but that was not necessarily something they were aware of that was impeding your progress at that particular moment in time. If I asked what was holding you back, each one would say, my problem would be this debt, this contract, this financing, and maybe I would ask about something else that wouldn't solve your problem. And it wouldn't be something I asked you in a session. You wouldn't even know what it is, but you heard and learned. So it seems confusing, but grab it, okay? I'm going to explain it to you now. Check it out. Because many times what really transforms you is you listening. It's about discovering things that you didn't even know you didn't know, because that doubt wasn't within your known. And that changes you, that makes you persist, that makes you reach the result. Remember when I said, enough with insisting, let's persist. Get to the result by finding the right path. And that transforms you because it truly takes you to the place you desire, overcoming any obstacles that may come your way on the journey. And you cannot inquire about what you are aware you lack knowledge of. You are unable to ask about something that exists beyond your perception of reality. However, when you listen, you begin to acquire knowledge, therefore grasp an essential lesson at this moment. That's already 50% of your success in this program. Who wants to grab this learning and have this 50%? Grab that 50%. What transforms you is listening. That's right. Grab it. I'm going to pass it to you now. The things I'm unaware of, which I do not know, I uncover by means of the inquiries posed by other individuals. That's right. This sentence is so powerful for your transformation that I want you to engrave it deeply. Record the power of listening. So in our experience, what happened? After the fourth group, we realized the significant impact of the small mentor within the group that had been unlocked. And it occurred that in the initial classes, commencing from the fourth class, there was an overwhelming influx of transformation. There were a lot of testimonies together. Even Anna Maria, who says she got a new brain, is from the fourth class. You saw some cases at the workshop, and there are many transformation cases that don't even make it to the video because there are people who forget to send, there are people who don't want to send, which I think is a shame because the person stops encouraging other people to transform themselves. It can be due to shyness for any reason, but it occurs to people change and do not even realize it, and that is okay. The transformation occurs. And recall when I informed you that I am involved in several mentorships where I invest approximately 200,000 reais annually. There's one of them only in it. I pay 50,000 reais per year for this course. Look, the power of investing in education, investing in instruction. During this mentoring session, what occurred? They initiated the utilization of a closed community on Facebook, where mentees have the ability to, for instance, post their uncertainties and receive responses from the mentor team. And this closed community on Facebook is so tightly controlled that even requests for entry are closely monitored. If you haven't been accepted yet, it's all good. Many students are coming in and there's a control like a reception. You are present at the entrance, waiting for your approval. Keep moving forward, keep going, validating You don't need to do anything else, just ask for your approval to enter and wait. It is like a front desk. Hey, in this mentoring, which also has some activities to do, this mentoring that I mentioned that I do, we had to post activities in this closed Facebook community group. So I went and asked them, why Facebook? Why do not you use email? Why do not you use WhatsApp? Why don't you use some other tool? So they told me the following, that they had already tested several other options and that the closed Facebook community, besides being safer for information, also allows something really cool, which is the history of each mentee to be easily viewed, which helps the mentor a lot in guiding each doctor and seeing their progress. I don't know if you know, but closed communities on Facebook are very safe. It's almost impossible to hack in there because WhatsApp you can hack and everything else. If you are not part of the community, you do not get in. So I want you to relax knowing that the post will not show up for other people on Facebook if you post it correctly within the group. So what should you do? Be careful when making your post that you are there inside that safe environment. Hey, everything good? So like WhatsApp loses the information. Email also does not have a history of students, but the closed community, everyone learns much more. So an important message when you're going to make your post, your publication in the community, just make sure you're posting it in there, okay? And if you have any questions, the team is there. Remember, the notices tab also has a lot of explanatory videos for various activities for you, okay? And another advantage is that within the community, the mentee, also you, clicks on your name and can see all the posts, all the exercises you've done, and also the feedback you're receiving, the answers to your questions. And this guidance is very, very important. And we're thinking about continuous improvements here, yeah, because we're looking for improvement, it's important. And we initiated the implementation of group sessions so that you could have these meetings with the tutors as well. So the mentoring sessions, it's important for us to always be present. That's very, very important. And the exclusive Facebook community, I added it as a bonus for you during the 60 days of the course. But why 60 days, doctor? Because 60 days is the duration of time that is most suitable for you, you know? It is time for you to do the entire program, being led gradually and step by step. And there's more. There are people who say, but doctor, I don't have Facebook. This is just another hurdle for you to overcome. No need to have a Facebook to keep posting and get nothing. It's free. You can have one to keep up with the gang. And everything is fine. You don't even need to put your photo or anything. Just have one so you can keep up with the gang. Then comes the overcoming of obstacles. If you want it, you do it. Whoever doesn't want makes excuses. All right? So the Facebook community is something very dynamic with a lot of content, and that is always posted there. Besides, I can also show up there sometimes out of the blue and talk to you guys, and that is very, very cool. And this community works more or less like that mentoring I told you about, which I pay 50,000 reais a year for. You got it? And let me tell you more. In the classes that came, we increasingly encourage the activities to be posted there, right? So your expense sheet at this moment, during the beginning of the class, it is not the appropriate time for you to make a post. I'm going to give you today, at the end of this class, the step-by-step you should follow from now on. But note that the exercises are posted there for you to have better guidance. And why is Facebook a safe place in the community? Because there it's a place only for community members, with people who are focused on that. You can see there who the real mentors of the rich Christian are, and each tutor directs the student. And this in the last classes has been working very well. And the most interesting thing, I started to realize that as a student posted some activity, you know what happened? I urged others to do the same. Because think about it, you're in module 2, then module 3 comes in, you see your colleague already doing module 3. You start looking at the exercises from module 3, then you stop and think, oh my God, module 3 is available, I'm going to do it too. That gets you excited, that motivates you, helps you to always be connected, always moving forward one step further. So this is a truly positive energy. It is a collective force to continue progressing. And guess what happened to the FB community? With everyone in this excitement, everyone moving forward more within the course. We had a flood of transformation testimonials in the last classes, because they are determined people who evolve together within the program. I'm talking fast, right? I'm talking fast so you can catch everything, because in the opening class, I have a lot of messages to give you, okay? I have a lot of things to tell you, and something really important. You have the option to watch the classes as many times as you want. Is that okay? That is important. That is important as well. This first class will also be recorded, and you will have the opportunity to watch it as many times as you desire. So what occurred? In the Facebook community, we've been reiterating this community bonus for a total of 60 days within the previous groups, because we genuinely observe exceptional outcomes, benefiting from all this strength originating from the community. After that, I never took the community bonus off because even though it's a bonus, it ended up becoming something very important within the mentoring because there you will be guided, there you will be encouraged, there we will create an atmosphere to really be a coal in the fire in the next 60 days. After 60 days, this community, it won't be active anymore like that. After all, you have to move on, but there will always be an entire history there for you to consult and a great deal of information. But you're also going to have a surprise, which I won't tell you now so as not to spoil it, because I want to see you evolving. You all will observe here that in the entire program, we have the phases of your development. When a baby is born, they won't stay a baby forever. They have to grow up, become a child, a teenager, an adult. And in their financial life, we also evolve. It is important there are individuals who have stated like this, I am not a part of the community yet. I do not have Facebook. Please make your entry request and be patient by using the email you used for enrollment. Okay, thank you. It is important that you, as a member of the Facebook community, always learn from the experiences shared by other people. And remember something significant that you need to observe there. Do not remove the coal from the fire. You came from the intense biblical finance crash course full of content, seeing just the tip of the iceberg. You know what we are going to do now? Go dive into that ocean and let us see the iceberg inside the big pot. However, you must be the coal and remain inside the fire to succeed. It's important for us to be like this. And with each new class that takes place within the complete program, we see more and more transformed students. And it is highly counterintuitive to comprehend why they have such a substantial amount of transformation, why they form a group. Our classes are always growing, and the proportion of transformed people is increasing because it is a ministry that has a purpose. It is a ministry that has a calling. It is a ministry that has a vision of transformation. There's a method with a beginning, middle, and end. Don't try to grab the recipe and go straight to the end. No. The recipe you need to follow from start to finish. And let me provide you with more details. Based on our experience, I want you to genuinely grasp the immense power that arises from being an active member of a community. That's why I said I would answer the question today, and I'm already answering because I have to submit my exercise for the community. You see, the power of seeing people with the same goal coming together is very strong. They are people who have that desire for transformation. In Acts 4:32, the Bible says, and the multitude of those who believed were of one heart and one soul. And no one stated that anything they owned was exclusively theirs, but rather all things were shared among them. So the power of the group, the power of unity is something very, very powerful. Team, today is it is scorching hot in this place today. You need to make a phone call to this place because I am perspiring. I am perspiring. That is awesome. Therefore, allow me to elucidate another crucial lesson in this first ever session. Observe that. Are you aware of the reason why it is significant for you to be a part of the community and what factors will have an impact on you in this course, in the entire program? Let me teach you something about that. Do you like taking notes? Take note. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The individual who made this statement was a mentor by the name of Jim Hong. As you absorb and contemplate this, it prompts you to reflect on the manner in which you are getting along and building relationships with people in your life. So, when you're in contact with the right people, people with the same mindset, the same goal, a positive goal of growing, of gaining knowledge about your financial life, that brings you a very strong leap, a very big leap in results. And after I took part in a few top-notch development groups providing guidance, I was able to observe that a cohesive group has the power to truly change an individual. You know why? Because every time we start something new, everyone has their own difficulties to overcome. It's all good. You might be having a hard time with the schedule, trouble sleeping, trouble with other commitments, and that's okay. Nevertheless, every person encounters their own set of challenges that they must overcome. When you have no one to turn to when things get tougher, but when you have a group with the same goal, that group comes together to help you, to unlock you. And these people together are getting superpowers. The most natural thing that happens is when we don't belong to a group, we give up right away when we start something, giving up at the first obstacle. But you have to understand that giving up is not an option from the moment you take a step. So, if you are one of those individuals who desire to have everything exclusively, do not want to say anything, do not want the other members of the group to see your exercises, I suggest that you rethink your concepts. Because if you are thinking like that, you have a closed mindset for yourself and not for a group mindset, a transformation mindset. You might be throwing away the greatest wealth of this program, which is the power of the group. Grab it. The power of the group is something very, very important. And let me tell you something important. In my experience with individual mentorships, especially in the financial area, which I have done as a student and as a mentor as well, most of them did not yield results like group mentorship does. Why? Individual mentoring, you pay 10 times more expensive and have 10 times less transformation. Do you know the reason behind it? The reason is that they lack the broad knowledge that you possess, along with the bonfire that can only be ignited by the group and the diversity of cases that happen on a regular basis. And that is how humans are. They require support. They need to be motivated by others. That does not mean you are going to go around commenting on everyone's exercise posts in the community. No, not at all. However, the undeniable reality of having multiple posts available with exercise solutions, you will receive a clue, which will motivate and also change you. And you can also ask for motivation, help from your colleagues, give new ideas, and it's all good. But then you'll ask, but doc, does the whole program cover my specific case or not? Definitely. Throughout the entire process, the main objective is to ensure your journey from point A to point B. So much so that the first activity within the complete program is the initial diagnosis. It's about having clarity of your current location, and all the exercises and feedback you receive during the program are provided on an individual basis, yes. I'll keep giving you, and from the small mentoring sessions, the step-by-step, and you'll use it. The method is specifically designed for that purpose, to assist you in achieving your unique goal, the specific case you desire, and the dream you want to fulfill. However, you might say, but doctor, what if I have any doubts about my individual case? How am I going to clear them up? How am I going to solve this? Allow me to provide you with the tip at this moment, all right? You entered the online classroom, you joined the Facebook community, you requested your entry, and it was approved. Chill out, just went through the entrance, arrived at school, went through the entrance, flipped your badge, approved badge, passed through the entrance. Upon your arrival, you can certainly inquire. You are going to utilize a hashtag in reference to my individual case. It's that hashtag, my individual case. Hey, you can make a post if you have any questions or need any help. But remember, do not do it prior to following the step-by-step instructions before conducting your initial diagnosis and commencing to watch the classes in the online classroom. In the community, no one is unanswered. In the initial days, it's busier. That's how it is. It's natural because there are many people arriving, getting a big demand, but then it stabilizes. It's like the front desk. You go through the front desk, then everyone is there and it's fine. I make it a point for each student to receive a contact from the welcome team, a contact from the support team if needed. If you haven't received it yet, you're going to receive it and it's all good. Sometimes your number may be wrong, but we're reaching out to everyone to find out in order to give you a warm welcome. But you'll also notice that there will always be questions answered within the community and that you'll learn from it. And that's why we use the closed Facebook community, But let me tell you even more. Seriously, I suggest that you don't worry about the questions of your individual case just yet. I know you're there. I saw it. There are people already asking how to negotiate this credit card debt. Do not worry about it. At this moment, you have to concentrate on attending classes, completing the initial exercises, and then you will observe that your doubts and uncertainties will be addressed and resolved during the mentoring sessions that will take place in the near future. So hold on to your excitement for a little while. Save your questions for later. Oops, I choked. I choked here. You have to hydrate your throat, otherwise your throat will not be able to withstand, Please wait to ask your question after you have completed the exercises. Is that acceptable to you? If so, kindly let me know, okay? If you begin posting things unrelated to the content in the community, you'll divert attention from the community members and the community, which has rules. You all should make sure to follow the posting rules over there in the community, all right? So always remember to focus on the theme of the current course content, okay? Just a reminder that within a group, you'll find support and all the necessary resources to move on to the next stage. You're going to be inspired by people who are also succeeding on your side. And so the community supports each other, right? So if you have people asking, how do I join the Facebook community? You're going to access the online classroom. Inside, there's a little link there on how to join the Facebook community. There's a link there. You just got to click and request your entry. So, an important message, do not underestimate the power of this community. It is incredibly powerful and can greatly assist you in moving forward. This is a present that I am giving to you within the first 60 days, which will provide you with a great transformation that is truly remarkable. Just this gift alone is worth much more than the amount paid for the program. And precisely because that is also very important, there it is a controlled environment. That's the reason why I mentioned no negativity, no complaints allowed in that specific place. A complaint was made there, but we decline and prefer to handle it privately. Therefore, all complaints will be rejected and any negative complaint posts will be promptly cancelled out. Why? Because we want to keep the environment safe. Got a complaint to make? Send it to the team's WhatsApp. They have support at cristaurico.com.br. We are perfectly willing to assist you. However, not within the community. In order to ensure the content remains alive and the flame continues to burn, maintaining the focus on the objective of the program. And that is indeed biblical, ladies and gentlemen. Philippians 2:14. Perform all tasks without complaining and engaging in arguments. We're not going to create a hostile environment over there. That's why it's a rule-based environment. You like order, fear, and obedience, sir. So let us move ahead so that we can obtain the anticipated result. Important also, so I know maybe at this moment it's still not clear with you, the following that I want to recap here, okay? I want to recap here. Let's keep the focus. Keep the focus on the subject of finances in light of the Bible. From the complete program, I control my finances within the community. But let me explain something important. The class is flying by, and I'm reaching the end, but I have something important to share. What is the complete program and control in finances? Let me teach you something important here. He is similar to a piece of cake. Have you already acquired a recipe in order to make it? And what is the recipe that helps you get where? In your dream related to your financial life. Why? Every dream needs financial resources. And here you're going to learn how to define that dream, how to turn on the GPS to get there, grabbing the right tools. If you're going to make the recipe, you need to grab the blender, you need to grab the spoon, you need to grab the container, and so on. You keep grabbing the tools. And look, there are individuals here aiming to get out of debt. There are individuals here aiming to improve as investors. Seems like they're completely different. But I don't have debt, but I just want to invest better. However, you see, the truth is the route is extremely similar. The destination is also similar. The realization of a dream. But what will change is the initial point. Want an example? Imagine that everyone's goal is to get to Salvador. There are people in Minas Gerais who are closer to Salvador. There's another person there, they're in Porto Alegre, it's further away. So, but the direction of achieving the dream is the same. The difference is the distance. There are people who are closer, there are people who are further away. For those in Porto Alegre, the difference is they'll need to travel more to get to Salvador. But once you learn the way, you take the route, the person goes straight ahead. And what do I mean by that? If you have debt, maybe today you are further away, like in the example I gave, it's in Porto Alegre to get to Salvador. If you are unable to make money left over, maybe you are closer to Salvador. You are located in Sao Paulo, for example. Now, if you already invest, you're even closer, but you need to invest, right? So I hope you catch this learning here now with me. The goal of everyone here ends up being the realization of the dream, reaching the desired location. But the path is the same, and that's what you're going to learn. So right now, what we need to understand is to define the route. All routes must pass through a path. The difference is that some depart from farther away, others from closer. And there's a way for you to get there, because the method prevents you from spinning around and around to get there. Entered course to have method to get there, so don't keep going, go to north, come back, come back. That's what you've done in your financial life so far. You were methodless, running to and fro. So enough of running around here and there, and create a method, create a route, and let's follow this route. So your goal is going to be this, because I want you to grab this important key. Getting out of debt, negotiating a contract, solving a problem, dealing with an overdraft, it's a piece of cake. For a little while, it's easy. I guarantee you, I'm sure of it. Now, my proposal here is to make sure you never go back into debt again. It is all about making you become a genuine investor. It is about providing you with the knowledge of being obedient to God in every aspect of your financial life. Understood? Does it make sense to you? Understood, 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 understood? Stay calm. Say it like this. Say it like this. I got it. Write to me that you understood. I need your participation here. Otherwise, it's going to look like I'm all by myself. So say it like this. Got it. Write to me. Got it. And what happens? It happens when we start. And to get the result, you have to follow a step by step, because it's no use you wanting to start making a cake from the end. The recipe will go wrong. And the method is, yes, the method is for you to follow a recipe. So the first thing I want to ask you is to focus on the step by step. Have you seen in the online classroom that the course is divided into modules? Modules that are organized for you to reach your transformation. And they're not there randomly. No, it's like a recipe to be followed. And trust the process. So trust, because at this moment you have taken this step to get your hands dirty. I understand that you may be experiencing anxiety at this moment, as you are eager to find the precise step that will effectively solve your problem. You may be thinking, oh, I want to know how to get out of this debt, how to solve this credit card issue. However, it is important to understand that the miraculous solution is not available for you to solve this card right at this moment. The miraculous solution is not for you to solve this debt right now, no. It is not you receiving a wonderful investment tip, no. Why? Because what's really going to transform you is the ready-made cake. It's the ready-made cake that's going to make you. You can devour this cake and you'll make it all over again. You learn the process of making. It's the farmer who takes the seed, plants it in fertile soil, understands the process of growing the tree, the fruits, and you won't be eating the seeds anymore. Stop spending, grab money passing through your hands and turn it into smoke. That's what I don't want in your life, understand? What's going to solve your life is the ready-made cake and you learning the process. Since the resource is going to pass through your hands, you need to know what to do with it in order to handle it properly. And this wisdom, this understanding is what I am unlocking for you to move forward from this point onwards, okay? So let's go focus on today's class. Exactly, I got it. Cool that you got it. Well, here we go. So focus. Lesson number 1 from the complete program titled I Control My Finances that I need to pay attention to. Comprehend my existing situation. What is your individual circumstance at the moment? That's why you do your initial diagnosis, which is there in the online classroom, with the right questions. It's not just any question. The initial diagnosis is like a doctor who goes there and asks exactly. The doctor was trained to know what to ask you. The initial diagnosis of your financial life, the questions that are asked there, they have a purpose precisely to understand your individual case. So why do I start with this? So you can start becoming aware of your situation. And when you write on paper, everything becomes clearer. Your mind functions in a different manner. The act of writing helps to clarify thoughts and enhance cognitive processes. When you start writing and identifying numbers, you gain clarity and develop a deeper understanding of the subject matter. So this clarity is about where you are and where you want to go. That's why already in Module 1, I also ask you to make the list of debts with the right information. The information is there in that debt block, the information exactly that is accurate. So the first task is to post your initial diagnosis in the closed community of students starting from the 15th. But attention, it's not in the Christian Week community. No, it's in your class community, okay? All right then. You made your initial diagnosis, have clarity of your numbers, your slang, and find out that you are spending more than you earn. Then you get scared because I've seen it. I saw a lot of people making diagnoses and already getting scared. More freaked out than before she started. Everything's fine. I have some news to tell you. Most people are like this. The course is exactly for you who is like this. And this way you won't be able to pay off your debts if you don't take action. So that is exactly the diagnosis for you to obtain clarity regarding the situation. And what is it that you are learning? Debt is paid with the money that's left over, but it's not just any money that's left over, it's with good living. In the complete program, there are 3 major phases. It is the phase of good stewardship, the phase of earning more, and the phase of investing better for optimal results. So there are macro phases within the program that make it so complete. So if you spend more than you earn today, that's the case for most people. And the first thing that will occur, you'll say there's no way around it, no way to evade it. Okay, everything's fine, I know. 90% of my mentees say this when they start the method. But what's going on? Then you start doing the step by step. You start having clarity on how to optimize your expenses. I'm going to the first mentoring session to give you a bunch of optimization ideas. And when you make your expense chart already in Module 1, you'll be able to have clarity on which expenses are really necessary or not. There's a method to follow. And here I give you an important tip. Grab this key here that is disruptive. Disruptive is revealing. It is altering everything you have learned up to this point in order to learn in a different way. It is not always about simply cutting back on expenses to effectively solve your financial situation. No, it's not just about cutting everything that won't solve it. Sometimes the way is to cut an expense. It's the best choice. And I'm going to give you an example. For example, I found out that my cost of living is way too high. It's impossible to reduce housing costs. Where will you reside? You must live somewhere. However, you begin to perceive that expense in a different manner. Look, if I mess around here, it's going to have a big impact. Wouldn't it be the case for me to adapt to a lower cost, plan for a change? But doctor, that's impossible. All of a sudden it is. But it is possible when you begin planning. And you, in your financial life, what do you have to utilize? The creativity to always do more or the same or less. The same is to live. However, you're going to make choices. They are not numerous or varied. The housing is an example. I've seen cases of health insurance. You start looking at those expenses and seeking alternatives for it as soon as you see the impact of that expense on your financial life. You getting it? So These are practical examples that I'm giving you here, which we'll delve into a lot during the course. So you're analyzing everything within your individual case, and your tutor is accompanying you. So when you go to do this, you keep working on your expense chart, invest time, exercise creativity, don't block yourself. Oh, this way it won't work. And don't go posting it to the community. No, take your time. Don't rush to post. Just take your time. And there you go. Oh no, but in my case, doctor, the thing is that in my case, I have extra money. I just want to invest it better. Let me tell you something. To be a better investor, you need to know how to be faithful in it. And this is very important in your financial life, optimizing expenses. Due to the nature of investments, there are multiple investment opportunities that require minimum amounts for contributions in order to participate in the world of investments. Don't worry about it at this particular moment. Remember the significant phases in the program. We are going to reach the investment segment. And within this segment, we have investments that occasionally require the appropriate amount of capital to invest. So when you optimize your expenditures, you are being economical, you ultimately end up with a greater amount of money to invest. And with a larger amount of money to invest, you can obtain superior investments. In fact, within the complete program, I Control My Finances, in the investment section, I'm going to show you my investment portfolio. That's right. At the proper time, you will see my investment portfolio. It's an amazing opportunity for you to learn how to invest correctly and make informed decisions. So, comprehend the subsequent information. Do not attempt to bypass stages. That is the reason we do not opt for direct investment. You need to make the hustle. You need to earn more in order to have better chances for investment. This is the step-by-step. In the third module, starting from the third module, you will learn how to increase your income, create extra income, because I don't want to see anyone burying their talents. So it is crucial for you to conduct this X-ray on your financial life, to perform this cleaning. No, I must ascertain what actions I can take. And there's also the class on the secret of banks. This class on the secret of banks will soon be available for you guys. If I'm not wrong, if it's already there, but something important. In each mentoring session, I go deeper into the secret of the banks. So, Doc, is the secret of the banks just that lesson? No. In all mentoring sessions, I talk about specific things related to financial systems and banks that you didn't know, and you'll be learning, okay? Take it easy. Do not try to rush the process. Know that there is a method to be followed. And the first module is key to the success of your program, because even a multimillionaire, even a big company and everything else, they have to have their finances controlled. They have to know where their money is going, where it's coming in. So even if you simply want to invest, even if you do not care about this current situation, what you're going to learn is a biblical foundation to have your finances under control. And it always starts with good manners, being faithful in the little to be a well in the much. So invest time in the exercises of Module 1, which is extremely important because they will be the foundation for your transformation, okay? And now I'm going to answer two very common questions that I see people who arrive anxious, come here to ask already from Module 1, because I know that many of you are already accessing, already watching the classes, and then the first doubts arise. The initial inquiry that arises is, Doctor, do I need to mention all of the debts and obligations in the spreadsheet? Financing, loans. First thing I want you to understand is the following. The main tool of this Module 1 is the debt board and the expense board. They're not spreadsheets. I couldn't download the spreadsheet. In the first mentoring session, I'm going to show you 4 ways to do it that you don't even need to download, okay? So do not get stuck because of that. Those are paintings that happen to be represented in this particular manner. So always always remember that we even have a PDF that can be filled out, which was created by our team specifically for you, all right? So it's important for you to be seeing, understanding the foundation of the exercise and not getting caught up in details, okay? The important thing is for you to have the content, the foundation. The most important thing is that. And also, do not post files in the community. Why are the files going to be rejected? For safety, to avoid downloading viruses and all that, for the security of the community. That is why we always say print, but not files. And I am telling you this because I want you to not be scared by the spreadsheet representation. But they must understand the purpose of the exercise, understand the concept of the frames. So that's why it's very, very important for you to attend the classes. And we have 2 paintings. First of all, there's the debt situation, which is actually debts and obligations, yes. And whoever attends the class there will understand. And if you have everything you are going to put all of your current information. How much do you need to solve everything today? Yes, is the power of clarity, okay? And there you go. This will help you define priorities. I'll give you a precious tip for this class today. Here, debt is paid one at a time. Yes, have priority. If you want to solve everything at once, you solve nothing. That's why some people say, I want to solve everything. I want to have my finances under control in 24 hours. No, you are not going to solve it within 24 hours because there is a process, there is an order in which to do that. And inside the frames, there is a debit balance containing information that you need to collect and gather for your records and further analysis. At present, it is the right moment to offer you courage and allocate you time to find the accurate information that you need. Do not allow your anxiety to hold you back from prioritizing the action of seeking the right information that you need. This moment is the opportunity moment that you are giving to your financial life. It's the opportunity moment for you to do things differently. I'm going to give you a bunch of tips during the mentoring sessions on how to find this information, but it's important that you want to do it. You want to have that information. There are people who have solved 30-year housing financing problems, home financing, because they made the decision to actually get the right information, and that's an incredible breakthrough. So already following step by step, when you are searching for information, sometimes even discussing housing financing, we even provide guidance on how to anticipate certain installments in the correct manner, okay? Is that clear? Or else make the best investment. It's important for you to have this information too. I'm not saying that you're going to do this in your life. You're going to do it on your own terms. I am expressing that over the course of the program, various situations will arise and the individual strategy to achieve your goal will gradually become evident, okay? And we make financial decisions jointly. A second query at this point, I am nearly completing. Time passes quickly, it truly does. A question that comes up a lot. In the debt board, the total amount, the total debt amount, or the installment amount? Important. The value is the total amount that you have to put there, okay? The total amount of the debt or commitment as if it were paid off today. In the expenses board, we work on recurring expenses every month. The goal of the expense framework is to make you a good steward, to optimize your expenses, always seeking more with less. And why is this expense chart in the first mode? Because I've already told you, because the issue of this phase of the program, it doesn't matter if you have debts, it doesn't matter if you're already an investor, good pampering is essential in this program. It's building a solid foundation. You're going to need to act like a good butler and know how to manage things in the best way. The person with fewer expenses has more money left to invest. So that is the concept. This is very, very important. Even a multinational company that generates a lot of profit follows this principle of good stewardship. It's about looking at every expense you have, even if it's just a penny, and questioning, can I do more with less with this? Am I spending this solitary cent that God places in my hands well? Therefore, be cautious not to mistake expenses for investments. Sometimes you're investing in things that will generate more money, but deciding to cut it can be a mistake you'll regret. When you decide to cut an expense that will always help you grow, you're cutting something that is preventing you from making more money. So being faithful in the little things is the foundation for stewardship. Yeah, but you gotta always make the right choices, okay? It is something of great importance. I will provide you with another powerful reinforcement here because there are many people joining the program and asking, but doctor, which path should I follow? I don't have any debt. The investor's route also looks at expenses. Why? Good stewardship is what the Bible tells us. I desire, prior to your investment success, I want to equip you to be an investor with good homogamy, teaching you how to achieve more with less and make the most out of your investments. You'll learn to invest and build your portfolio here, but I need to teach you step by step in this program. So make a choice. The financial routes, they coincide and align with each other in a harmonious manner. Why? Because of the distance. The most comprehensive is Route 1 for those who have debt, okay? And there's also something that I want you to also in the course, there are the bunnies and the turtles. The rabbits are the ones who rush out doing everything, you know? There are people who have already posted all the exercises there in the community, and there are the turtles that I need to be pushing to do them. Comprehend the following. During the mentoring sessions, you will observe that the exercises you have already completed are undergoing modifications. So take it easy when you do it. You do not have to keep posting your exercises when they are not finished. The expenses chart, for example, is a task that takes time to digest. Some students take up to a month to digest their own expense chart. Do you grasp the numerous opportunities in it? And everything's good, you know, always with the mindset when you're faithful in every penny you spend, you'll start to see miracles happening in your financial life, showing God that you're doing your part. This occurred to me and a bunch of other students as well, you know. So before I wrap up here, is it true, rabbit or turtle? Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. Who's the rabbit and who's the turtle? So pay attention, little turtles. Prepare yourselves because I am going to push you, and you speedy bunnies, I am going to slow you down so that we can all go through this transformation together, okay? So an important message. Please refrain from posting your expense and debt board in the community prior to the commencement of the first mentoring session. Hold on, okay? And since we're talking about doing more with less, finishing this class, I have to give you gold, right? You're here, giving your time here, dedicating and learning. I want to give you a lot of gold there. Who wants gold in this place? Bonus gold tip here at the end of class. And I'm going to give you a precious tip right now before finishing here. So you can see that the program is hands-on. It's really practical and useful. You will have a vital learning experience about finance from the Bible in practical application. Oh, I am going to provide you with a helpful tip right here on how you can reduce the amount of interest you pay in order to effectively get out of debts that have high interest rates. Debts with elevated interest rates, like for instance, overdraft. You know, what is happening? The overdraft is a financial feature that typically carries a very high interest rate. And I don't know if you've heard, but there are digital wallets in banks. What is the dissimilarity between a digital bank and a digital wallet? Kindly take a glance at that. Digital bank is an institution that provides financial services primarily through online platforms. All right, I understand it is a financial institution that provides online services, the digital bank. The digital account, there exists a digital wallet, which is not a bank. It is simply a payment application that you have the ability to utilize in order to make payments. An example of a digital wallet, we have PicPay, which is an app that works as a digital wallet, allowing you to pay bills, make purchases with a credit card What is happening? Digital banks like Inter have become increasingly competitive in the market. Why? Because they don't have a physical branch, they don't charge an account maintenance fee there. So, in case you are still stuck with the big banks, here is a tip that I will give you to help you out of the situation. It's time for you to open an account with a digital bank that doesn't charge you fees. So you already changing disruptive. Why haven't I done this yet? Open an account at a financial institution that doesn't have a brick and mortar branch and won't charge you fees for maintaining your account. It is a relief, okay? Why do not these banks have a physical branch to maintain with tellers and everything? So I'm giving you another perspective, another alternative for you as a good stewardship to use the tools that are at your disposal today. Have a strategy for transferring money between these digital wallets, okay? So, like, this is cool. So, please be aware that these digital wallets provide you with strategies to transfer money while paying less interest and much lower fees compared to the interest you may be paying with overdraft or credit card, okay? It's important to note that using digital wallets can help you save a significant amount of money in fees and interest charges. So it's definitely worth considering as a payment option. Whoever is not getting it, take a deep breath because I know this is a whole lot of new for you. Understand the following. I want you to remember the following. Digital wallets are these apps that involve money transfers, resources, and bill payments. However, these digital wallets are merely an alternative for individuals who wish to reduce the amount of interest they pay by utilizing their credit card. And this is an extremely cool strategy because you will also be putting a stop to the high interest payments with the overdraft. You will be raising some money, getting some breathing room, but of course, you will have to make payment for your credit card bill at a later point in time. And remember, this is just a temporary strategy until you learn to have your finances under control. And she compels you to exchange a high interest rate in return for a lower interest rate. Observe how fascinating. Furthermore, there is additional information. When you utilize your credit card, this transfer is perceived as a typical transaction, thereby allowing you to accumulate miles. And there is also the issue of strategy. You can have the money in your digital account immediately. Of course, you're going to have to pay the bill later. I'm dead serious about this. And of course, there can also be fees, charges in transactions, depending on the amount, okay? Always confirm fee amount in advance. Until invoice due date, you have the money interest-free, as it has already been deposited into your account. It's something you do ahead of time. If you're paying high interest rates, it might be a good strategy, okay? And taking advantage of the benefits of points and miles is also an act of good stewardship. If I can take advantage of this resource, why not do it? So, this is something you'll learn by profiting from the miles you guys earned, which will be available to you soon. It is your understanding that credit card points are something that I am going to need, considering the things that I am seeing and experiencing. To live the good life, check out these payment apps that I can use. Everything I'm saying here to you has nothing to do with greed. I just have to keep earning more and more. I would like you to commence being present in this location, emphasizing the importance of valuing and being careful with every penny that God entrusts into your hands, all right? Whoever didn't get the strategy, don't worry. I know people talk, but my God, I don't understand anything. Inhale deeply, all right? Inhale deeply because we are in the introductory session. I am simply providing you with an additional suggestion, all right? We are going to have the chance to delve into these strategies in great detail throughout the entire duration of the program. Deal? Deal? Oh, how great that you said that. Agreed. Take a deep breath because I worry so much. When you begin speaking, I do not comprehend. I do not comprehend. I advise, relax, breathe, take a breath because I am aware that everything is extremely new. You are highly anxious. but we have sufficient time to address all of your inquiries, all right? So the class is already moving forward too much, and I want to give you some important messages to wrap up here. Keep an eye on the Facebook community, okay? If you haven't entered yet, request your entry there. And what are you going to do from now on, finishing this inaugural class here? You are going to log into the online classroom and watch the classes that are already available for you to access and view. So you are planning to conduct your initial diagnosis and share it in the Facebook community as soon as you are granted permission to access, starting from the first question. Additional examples of the frames, and I will clarify multiple uncertainties regarding it, all right? To make the most efficient frame possible, and this inaugural class has a quote, yes, so as not to lose the habit. The phrase from the class that took place today is, you only comprehend the puzzle when it is pieced together. Within the Bible Finance Intensive, we have several keywords for you to put together the puzzle. But keep in mind, you will only comprehend the entire puzzle when it is ready. Do not attempt to comprehend the puzzle without it being ready. Remember in Proverbs 16:3, ask God to bless your plans and they will succeed. You have made it this far, so put it in the hands of God and do your part. Yes, if your plans are in the hands of the Lord, they will definitely work out, because only God knows the tiny verses of your heart. Do you have a clear purpose for what to do with the money that God puts in your hands and entrusts to you? In a few days or months, you will no longer be a slave to money, and you will have the ability to make money work for you and for the purposes of God on earth. You are about to start taking charge of your finances, gaining control over what is to come and letting go of control over the past. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8 in slang, the conclusion of something is of greater value than the commencement. The patient individual is superior to the proud individual. It is great that you have made it this far, but I am confident that the end will be better than the beginning. This start is already pretty sweaty, but the ending is going to be even better. I am completely certain. Hello, everyone. I hope all of you are having a fantastic evening. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, for your patience here in this inaugural class. Big kiss.